Okay, so very good evening to you all. Hope my voice is audible. My voice is audible. You can just unmute yourself and you can give a response if my
Yes,
voice is
sir.
audible. Okay, okay, fine. And can you able to see the screen as well?
Yes, sir.
Yatna.
So I will have disabled the mics for the attendees. Okay. So I'll go through all the units. Okay. From Koha, Greenstone, HTML, is it the 9.50 protocols, everything. And at the final stage, half an hour, maybe by 7:30 or 7:45, I will disable the mic and then enable the mic, and then you can ask your questions. Okay. So um, first, I will start with Koha. Mm, okay. So Koha is basically a library management software. Okay. So where we can able to create libraries, we can able to create patrons, add the metadata fields for the books, that is cataloging, and we can able to manage the circulation process as well. So circulation process is nothing but issue and return of books. And also in Koha, we can able to manage the serial subscription. So serial subscription is nothing but the periodicals or journal articles, so newspapers. So these journal articles, newspapers, um, serials will be in certain frequency. Okay, so those kind of subscriptions also we can able to manage in Koha. Okay, so first I will start with all the basic steps. Okay, how to creation of a library and then creation of patron, item types, budget allocation, fund allocation, everything I will just do step by step. Okay, so basically in Koha you can practice with Bywater solutions. Okay, if you type just in Google Bywater solutions, you can able to see this Bywater solutions Koha demo. So you can just click on this Koha demo and then click on the staff time demo and you can work. So the username is Bywater and password is Bywater, which is already mentioned here. Okay, maybe small case or uppercase, it will work. Okay, but one disadvantage of this Koha online demo is the site will be refreshed for every 3 hours. Okay, so that means whatever you create will be refreshed 3 hours later. Okay, so whatever data you create will be erased, will be vanished. Okay, so once you start your work, finish all the work so that your data won't get erased. So I'll be working in pre-installed Koha software, which I have installed using Oracle VirtualBox, so that my data won't be erased. I'll be having it. Okay, so I'll be explaining from the beginning. So this is the Koha homepage where you have different modules like circulation, patron, advanced search list, cataloging, serials, acquisitions, Koha administration, tools, reports. Okay. So these modules will differ from one version to another version. Okay, this is the latest version of Koha. So I have some additional versions like authorities, list and all. Okay, in older version, you can't find this list authorities. Okay. So the first basic step in Koha is first go to this Koha administration. And in Koha administration, first we need to create a library. Okay. So I'm going to create a library, click on this libraries, and then I'm going to create a new library. Okay. So today I'll be creating a library with Delhi University, DU. Okay. So I have created library code as DU, name Delhi University Library. Other fields are non-mandatory. In Koha, the fields which are marked in red are mandatory or compulsory. Okay. So the other fields are in black, so it is not mandatory. So I'm not filling those things and I'm giving submit. Okay. So the first step in Koha is library creation. We have created a library. So it mentions this library added successfully. We have created a new library. So here you can find we have created a new library called Delhi University Library DU. Okay. So the second step is creation of item type. So click on this item types on the left side. Okay. So here you can find there are some predefined item types created. Okay. There are books, journals, reference books, textbooks. Okay. So now I should create item type which is not belonging to this. So I'm going to create. Okay. For example, I'm going to create a item type called storybook. Okay. I'm going to create an item type called storybook books. If you don't have any parent item type, then no need to create anything. Okay. So item type is SB, description as story books. Okay, item type SB story book and description as story books. So if I want to give any image for the item type which I have created, you can go to this bridge and you can choose the image whatever you want. So I'm going to create, click on some images. So I'll click on this. Okay. And then hide in opaque. If you don't want to show this book in opaque, not for loan. Okay. It is like a reference book. You can choose this. Okay. So I'm going to issue this book. I'm not going to keep this book as a reference. The reference means the book is to be only read inside the library. The book cannot be taken outside the library. It cannot be used for circulation purposes. So I check this not for loan. Okay. And then other options I'm not going to change. So the library I'm going to choose is Delhi University Library. Okay. And then I'm going to make the changes. Okay, so now you can find I have created a item type called storybook SB with one library imitation. That is, it is applicable only to Delhi University Library. Okay, then I'm going to choose the patron category. Okay, so before going to this, I'm going to change the library, set library. You can just click at the right hand top. I'm going to change our library to Delhi University Library and click submit. Okay, so whatever work we are going to do now will reflect only on Delhi University Library. So here you can find Delhi University Library. Okay, so now I'm going to choose item types. Item type is done. Now patron category. So click on this patron category. You will get the screen. Here I'm going to choose a new category. Okay, so earlier there are some category library patron category is already created. So here you can find postgraduates, non-teach, yes, postgraduates, library staff, non-teaching staff, research scholars, undergraduates. Okay, so I'm going to create a new item type. So you can click on this new category. Okay, so here you can create a new item type. Okay, so this is called as item category. Okay, item category is with your group of items. For example, in your library, you might be having UG students, PG students, library staff, research scholars. Okay, so what is the category? Category is the UG students, PG students. That is called as a category. So here you can mention UG, okay, PG, whatever it is. Description you can mention postgraduate students, the explanation, undergraduate students, research scholars that you can mention. Just a minute. Good evening, sir. Yes, good evening, sir. Sorry. Got a call from this. Okay. So this is the patron category. So here we have to fill it in PG, UG, and here the description, the complete explanation, undergraduate students, postgraduate student, that we have to mention it here. Okay. And in months and until date. So we need to mention in months alone. Okay. For example, if you take an undergraduate student, they may be available in the college or the university for a particular time period, for 4 years, 3 years. Okay. For postgraduate students, it may be 3 years or 2 years. Research scholars, it may be 5 years. So in number of months, okay, 5 years, 120, 36, 60, 72, like that, we have to mention it here. Okay. And then we have to choose the library and give save. Okay. So this is the procedure. So here we have already created some patron category. So I'm not going to create a new category. Okay. So here you can find some postgraduates. So I'll just click on this postgraduates. So here you can find category code STU underscore PG, description as postgraduates. I have given 36 months. Okay. So I'm going to choose all library, where this will be available to all the libraries, whatever I'm going to create, or Delhi University Library, whatever library you're going to choose. Okay. And then give save. Okay. Similarly, we are going to create for non-teaching staff, library staff, okay, research scholars. So these are the things. Okay. So here you can find non-teaching staff. It is limited to one library limitation. If you want to edit certain criteria, also you can edit. At the right side, you can have an option called edit. So here you can find it is applicable only to School of Open Learning Library. Now I'm going to change it to all libraries. Okay, that means this patron category will be enabled for all the libraries here. Okay, so here you can find library limitation. It is not limited to any particular library. It is available to all the libraries. Okay. So this is creation of patron category. And next is circulation and find rules. So in circulation and find rules, we are going to define certain circulation policies. Okay. So circulation policies are nothing but the time period, number of books they can be issued for a particular user. So these are called as the circulation policies. So for each patron category, there will be different circulation policies. Okay. For example, if you take a UG student, there may be 3 books can be issued for a particular time period. Okay. UG students, a particular time period, 4 books can be issued. For teaching staff, that is for faculties. Okay, you can issue books, but there cannot be any time period. They can return at any time. Okay. So these kind of circulation policies we are going to set here. So standard rules for libraries. I'm going to choose Delhi University Library or any library or for all libraries. Okay. Whatever library you want to choose, you can choose it here. Okay. So this library I'm choosing, and I'm going to choose the patron category here. Okay. What is the patron category? We have already created library staff, non-teaching staff, postgraduate, research scholars. So for example, standard rules for all libraries I'm choosing. Okay, it will be applicable to all the libraries. Okay, here you can find library staff. Okay, current checkouts allowed to for a period of 14 days. Okay, so here you can choose the patron category and you can make the modification. So here I mentioned library staff, current checkouts allowed to, but loan period is 14 and there is no fine amount. Okay, so I'm not giving any fine amount for library staff. For postgraduates, so for postgraduates, I'm giving 6 books. They can issue 6 books in total. They can issue 6 books in total for a loan period of 14 days. Okay, what is the time fine amount? I'm giving 5 rupees as a fine amount. Okay, so like this, you have to make the circulation rules for each and every patron category, whatever you are going to create. Okay, so research scholars, undergraduates, they have mentioned here. Okay, then So first we have created the library, item type is done, patron category is done, circulation and find rules is done. Next we are going for currencies and exchange rates. Okay, so currencies and exchange rates are nothing but what is the currency you will be using for issuing of fines. Okay, what is the currency you will be using for purchasing of books? That is barely mentioned here. Okay, so here we have already used Indian rupee as a currency. So for creation of new currency, you can click on this new currency tab. Okay, so the currency will be Indian rupee. Rate we are giving one, symbol INR. Okay, so this is what we are using in here. And we have to make this as active, which I have already created, so it is not showing. And we can make this as active and give submit. Okay, so this is because, for example, if you are going to, here also we can mention some other currencies also. For example, dollar. Okay, dollar we can mention and rate we can mention 98 rupees, 90 rupees based upon the good office committee. Okay, INR, dollar symbol we can mention here. Okay, this is because, for example, if we are going to purchase a book which is published in foreign currency. Okay, so in that case, this will be essential. And for issuing of fines to the students, fine to the users of your library, this will be calculated based upon the currency and whatever we are mentioning it here. Okay, so this is currencies and exchange rates. And next we are going for budgets. Okay, so budgets are nothing but we need some money for purchase of books, research article, books, periodicals in our library, furnitures, everything. Okay, how do we purchase? We need certain budget. So once a budget will be allocated in an annual year, based upon that budget, we have to divide different funds, multiple funds. Okay, so how to create a budget? Click on this new budget. Okay, so start date and end date we have to mention. So start date and end date is already mentioned. The starting date is 1st of April 2025 and ending in 31st of March 2026. So this is the financial year. 1st April 2025 of this year to 31st of March 2026 next year. Okay, so I have allocated 5 lakhs of budget. If you want, you can edit this budget also. Okay, so 1st April 2025 to 31st of March 2026, budget for the year 2025-26, total amount I have given 5 lakhs. Okay, so I'm making budget as active and give save. So from this budget, this is the total budget for the financial year 2025 and 26. Okay, so from this 5 lakhs of this budget, we need to separate or segregate into different funds. Okay, so how we can do it can be done in two methods. One, you can directly go to fund which is available in this section, or you can go to this action and click add fund. Okay, so you can click this add fund, and from the amount remaining, that is we have 5 lakhs and we can create multiple funds. Okay, so already we have created research book, reference book, textbook fund. Okay, so based upon this we can whatever amount we have left over, we can create the funds. Okay, so I'm going to click on this funds here. So here you can find the funds which is already created. We have created reference book fund 1 lakh and textbook fund for 2 lakhs. Okay, so total we have spent 3 lakhs. Okay, so remaining we have 2 lakhs. Okay, so with the remaining 2 lakhs of fund budget, we can create multiple funds. Okay, so this is creation of budget and funds. Next. Okay, so we have done currencies and exchange rates, budget and fund system. Okay, so these are the preliminary steps which has to be done in Koha for setting up a library. Okay, what are the first step we did? First, we did creation of library. Second step, we did creation of item types. Okay, third step, we did creation of patron category. Fourth step, circulation and find rules. Fifth step is currencies and exchange rate, budget allocation, and funds. Okay, so these are the preliminary steps. Next, we are going to catalog a book. Okay, so what is catalog? Catalog is nothing but feeding the metadata elements of a book. Okay, so what are the metadata fields? For example, author, title, publisher, edition, year of publication, place of publication, language of publication, ISBN, accession number, Okay, so these are called as the metadata of a book. Okay, so for this, what we are going to do, we have to go into a module called cataloging. Okay, so we have a module called cataloging. So click on this cataloging module and click on this new record. Okay, select on this default framework. Okay, so we will get this mark format, machine readable catalog format. So these are the mark formats where it starts from 0 and ends in 9. Okay, so these are the main fields. So for each main field, we have a subfield. Okay, so this you can relate with DDC numbers. Okay, so DDC numbers also you have 000 to 999. For each main class, you have a subclass also, 10 subclasses. So similarly for mark also you have 0 and ending with starting with 0 and ending with 9. For each main class, there is a subclasses. Okay. So here, first what we need to do, after opening this mark format, click on this save. Okay. It will predefinedly assign some values by itself. So these mark fields will be assigned by Koha itself. Some of the fields which we need to mention will be mentioned here. Okay. So what are the fields? If you go to 0, okay, 040. Okay. 040 transcribing agency. This is your library name. So I'm giving Delhi University Library. Okay. Transcribing agency is your library name, Delhi University Library. Again, give save. So it shows 245 subfield A has to be filled. So now I'm going to 2 and then 245 subfield A. Okay. So 245 subfield A is title of the resource, title of the material. Okay, so what is the title of the material? I'm going to give some title. I'm going to give introduction to chemistry. Okay, introduction to chemistry is the title of the book. Statement of responsibility. Statement of responsibility is nothing but the author name. Okay, so I'm giving some author, uh, Atlas B. Charles. Okay, Atlas B. Charles is the author name I'm giving here. Okay, so title of the resource, that is 245A, and the statement of responsibility is the author. So I'm giving save and it shows 942 subfield C has to be filled. So I'm going to 942 subfield C, Koha item type. Okay. So Koha item type is nothing but the item type which we have already created. Okay. So we have books, journals, reference books, story books, textbooks. So I'm going to flip books. Okay. And give save. Okay. Now what we have did, we have cataloged a book in the item type books. Okay. Next, we have done the first step. Second step, we have to mention the field for record. Record is nothing but for this introduction to chemistry, we need to add some extra fields. What are the fields? Home library is set. Okay. If you know the call number of the book. Okay. For example, call number 756.9 Charles. CHA. Atlas B. Charles is the author name. Okay. So I'm giving CHA as the author name. I'm mentioning it in DDC format 756.9 Charles and barcode. Okay. So barcode is nothing but the accession number. Okay. Barcode is the accession number of the book. Okay. So here I'm going to give DU 001. Delhi University 001. I'm just giving here as DU 001. If you know the price of the book, you can mention here. Okay. And if you know when it was acquired, you can mention here. All these things can be made entry here. Okay. So what are the other fields? Whatever fields you know, you can mention it here. And I'm going to give add item. Okay. So I have mentioned DU 001 as the barcode, that is accession number of the book, and the call number 756.9 CHA, home library, Delhi University Library, and I have given the metadata fields for the book Introduction to Chemistry. Okay, so now I'm going to search the book in the catalog whether the book has been properly entered or not. Okay, so I'm opening the catalog format and I'm going to search for chemistry. In catalog, I'm searching for chemistry. So here you can find Introduction to Chemistry by author Atlas B. Charles. Okay, it is available in item type books, current library, home library, what is the call number, status, date in which it was accessioned, and the barcode. So the entry was made in a perfect manner. Okay, so this is the entry of cataloging of books. So in your examination, you will get like this type of questions like catalog 5 books of own data. Okay, you will have own data, or in question paper you might have that books which has to be cataloged will be mentioned in the question paper. For example, 3 books, author, title, edition, everything will be mentioned. So you need to enter those data and create the cataloging records. Okay, so this is cataloging of books. Now, next is once the book has been cataloged, it has to be issued. Okay, so how to issue the book? We have already created the patron categories. Do you remember? We have already created the patron categories like postgraduate students, research scholars, non-teaching staff, library staff, undergraduate students. Okay, so for each patron category, we are going to create individual patrons. Okay, so for that, we need to go to another module called patrons. Okay, so in this patrons, now we are going to create a new patron. Okay, so new patron is nothing but with individual student name or individual library staff name, individual user. Okay, so I'm going to create a in postgraduates, I'm going to create an individual user. Okay, so I'm going to create Mr. Goswami. Okay, I'm going to create Mr. Goswami. Other things are not mandatory. Okay, card number. So how the barcode number is essential for cataloging of books, the accession number is essential for book. Likewise, this card number is essential for entry of patron user. Okay, so card number I'm going to give, for example, since it is postgraduate, I'm giving PG 001, postgraduate students 001. So category postgraduates, library, Delhi University Library. Okay, and then I'm going to give save. Okay, so now the entry has been made. Card number PG001, Goswami is the name of the user in the field postgraduate students. Okay, similarly, I'm going to create one more patron category in UG student. Okay, so I'm going to new patron, undergraduates I'm choosing. So I'm going to create this and I'm going to create Poonam Sharma. Okay, Miss Poonam Sharma, other things, and then card number I'm going to create UG001. Okay, so this is the card number for undergraduate student 001. You can give any number, but you should remember those numbers. Okay, what is the card number? What is the student name? Everything you should remember. So now this also has been done. Card number UG001, Poonam Sharma, and for postgraduate PG001, the student name is Goswami. Okay, so now cataloging of book is done, entry of users is also done. Now next step, we are going to issue this book. Okay, so already we have created a book called Introduction to Chemistry. So now I'm going to create one more book. Okay, since we have created 2 users, I'll create one more book, cataloging, new record, and then give save. And then we need to enter the basic field, transcribing agency, Delhi University Library, and then 245 title. This is applications of thermodynamics. Okay, applications of thermodynamics, statement of responsibility. I'm just giving as which author name I can give. Okay, I'll just give Ubuntu. Okay, application of thermodynamics, Ubuntu. And then if you have edition, you can mention it here. Okay, third edition. And if you know the place of publication, name of the publisher, date of publication, if you have these details, you can mention it here. And then give save. And then in 942, Koha item type, I'm going to give it as books. Okay. and then give save. So now we have created two books. Okay, we have created two books and two users. Now I'm going to issue those books to the user. So how to issue? So similarly, for creation of metadata for books, we have cataloging module. Creation of users in patron category, we have patron module. Similarly, for circulation of the resources in your library, we have circulation module. So click on the circulation module. Okay, so I'm going to check out. Okay, checkout is nothing but moving out of your library. Check-in is nothing but getting back to the library. Now, what I'm going to check out here shows enter the patron card number or partial name. Okay, either you can mention the card number of the user or you can mention their name. Okay, so I'm going to mention Poonam Sharma. Okay, if I just click type Poonam, it shows Poonam Sharma UG001. I'm clicking this the student. Okay, enter item barcode. Okay, checking out to Miss Poonam Sharma, enter item barcode. So I need to enter the barcode of the book which we have cataloged. Okay, so if you remember, I have cataloged, you see, DU001 is the book. I'm going to give checkout. Okay, so I'm going to check out to Poonam Sharma DU001. So it shows Poonam Sharma checked out. Introduction to chemistry has been checked out to this user. Okay, so this is the process of checking out of books to a user. Okay, and now if you want to return the book, okay, so now if I want to get back this book, that is called as check-in. So in check-in, you can just click check-in and you can just type the barcode. Barcode is DU001 is the barcode. So this is the barcode. So if before moving to this, I will just show you whether the book has been checked out or not. DU001. So I'm searching with the barcode in the catalog. Okay, so here you can find Introduction to Chemistry Atlas B charts book, the call number, and it shows the status as checked out to Miss Poonam Sharma, which is due on 5/3/2025. Okay, so now it shows the book has been checked out to a particular user. So now I'm going to return the book. So if I type the barcode of the book and give submit, the book which has been issued to Poonam Sharma will be returned back. So here you can find checked in items. This book has been checked in, which is the from the patron Miss Poonam Sharma. Okay, so this is the circulation process of books in Koha. Checking out, that is checked out and check in. Okay, so next is this is the for books. Next, we are going to deal with serials. Serials are nothing but the uh, journals, newspapers, okay, which has a certain frequency. So we have a separate module called serials. So in serials, for managing serials, there are two steps. One is creation of new subscription and how we are going to manage those subscription. Okay, so first we need to create a new subscription. In this, we need to first create a vendor. Okay, if we know the vendor, we can do, or we can search for a vendor. So click on this search for vendor. We will get a screen like this. So if we have already created a vendor, just I'm going to search for a vendor. So here it shows your search results are no. Okay. So first I'm going to create a record. So record is mandatory field in serials. I'm going to create a record. If you already have a journals with you, you can search for a journal. Okay. So for example, again searching with keyword A. I think two journals might have been okay. No, there is no journal. So I'm going to create a record. So I'm just clicking this create record. It will come in mark format and give save. So some of the basic field 040 040 Delhi University Library and then 245 title. I'm just giving Journal of Applied Psychology. Okay, Journal of Applied Psychology. So there won't be author for journal. Okay, because journals have editors, they don't have authors. Individual research article inside the journal will have authors. Okay, so I'm going to give in 942, I will choose this as journals. So this item type we have already created in journal. So I'm choosing this journal and give save. Okay, so now this record has been created. So no need of barcode for journals. Okay, just give add item. So now this journal has been applied. Okay, so now search for record. So here you can find Journal of Applied Psychology is available. So you can click this choose. So it will, the record number will be applied here. Okay, so now we need to, okay, so next we need to subscribe this issue. How to subscribe this issue? First issue publication date is nothing but when the journal has been started. Okay, so the journal has been started from January 2025. So January 1, 2025. Frequency. So in journals, periodicals, frequencies are nothing but the number of periods. Okay, for example, the frequency of a newspaper is daily, and the frequency for a weekly magazines is 7 days a week. Okay, after 7 days, you will get one issue, and next 7 days you will get second issue. So in a month you will get four issues. Okay, so that is called as the frequency. So for example, I'm going to choose um, one per month. Okay, one per month means you will get 12 issues in a year. Okay, subscription length issues, subscription start date. So we are starting our subscription from Jan 1, 2025. So no need to mention this end date. Subscription pattern is volume command number. This is the pattern volume, the number of volume and number of issue, volume command number, and give test prediction. Okay, so here you can find for the first month, first issue, second month, second issue, third month, third issue. Okay, so this is the test prediction and save subscription. Okay, so here you can find the number of issues. Okay, so now the number of issues we have mentioned as 12. So it gives 12 issues in a year. So now what we need to do, we need to receive. Receive is nothing but once we have started our the subscription issues from the month of January. Okay, so in February we will receive the first issue journal. Okay, in the month of March we will receive the second issue journal of the journal. Okay, so we need to receive. Click on this receive. Okay, so now the first issue we expected to arrive and then save. Okay, so now here you can find volume number 0, issue number 0 is arrived. That means the first issue has been arrived and it is available in library. And here you can find the second issue, okay, which was published in 1st of February, which is expected. So once we receive the second February issue also, then we can go to this receive and receive the second issue and the third issue which is expected. Okay. So for example, if you have a journal which is published only quarterly, that means four issues you will get. One issue will be published once in 3 months. Okay. So in your hand, you will have four issues. So once we receive the first issue and the second issue will come after 3 years. Okay, so the receive will be done after 3 years only. Okay, so the second latest issue will be in the form status will be as expected. We are expecting the issue. Okay, so here what you can do if you want to miss some issue and receive the alternate issue also, it can be done. Okay, so all these modifications and changes we can able to do in this serials module. Okay, So this is what is Koha. So in Koha, we have seen started with creation of library and then creation of item types and then creation of the patron categories and then budgets and allocation, fund allocation, currencies and exchange rates. And then we moved on to creation of cataloging format for Koha for books. And then we created separate individual user account for the patron category. And with that patron users, we created circulation rules, and for circulation, we issued and returned back a particular book for a particular user. And then we moved on to serials where we subscribed and we managed the journals in the form of issues and volumes. Okay, so this is what is Koha. I will unmute the mic. If you have any doubts in Koha, you can just raise. You can just unmute yourself and you can ask. I have enabled your mic. You can unmute yourself and you can speak. Pankaj, I can't able to hear you. But you are speaking, but I can't able to hear. I think you have to unmute yourself. Or
हेलो
else you
सर।
can type.
हेलो
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah.
सर, इसकी प्रैक्टिस हम अपने लैपटॉप में कर सकते हैं, तो इसको सॉफ्टवेयर हमें कैसे मिलेगा, मतलब?
See, if you want to practice this software, you need to install the Oracle VirtualBox, and then you have to download the Koha in Ubuntu, because in Windows you can't install Ubuntu. Okay, there is a issue with Koha because it is an open source. You can't install in Ubuntu. You have to download Koha. You have to install VirtualBox, and by VirtualBox only you can install Koha. So that only at the beginning of the session I have
सर
explained you
सर
and showed
और
you
ये
the bywater solutions by which you can able to access Koha without installation or configuring anything.
ओके सर।
Yes.
एक्सक्यूज मी सर, वन क्वेश्चन प्लीज।
Hmm.
सर ये जो वीडियो है, ये आप रिकॉर्डिंग हो रही है, अगर मुझे यही वीडियो दोबारा देखना हो या सुनना हो तो मुझे ये वीडियो मिल सकता है? क्योंकि उसमें कुछ चीजें हैं जो
Yes.
मुझे समझ में नहीं आया, तो दोबारा अगर समझना हो तो ये वीडियो मिल जाएगा मुझे, ये बताइए आप।
Yes. This video is recorded and it will be available in our YouTube channel as well.
सर ये यूट्यूब चैनल पे तो नहीं है, ये तो ये माइक्रोसॉफ्ट टीम पे हो रहा है, तो इसका यूट्यूब पे तो मिलेगा ही नहीं। ये तो
Okay. Okay.
एस वन
Uh,
वालों के पास
okay.
होता है।
At the end of this session is being recorded. Okay. At the end of the session, I will request the IT people to give the link for the recorded class, and I will share in the group as well. Okay. I will share with my project students, and they will share it with you all.
ओके सर, ओके, थैंक यू सो मच।
So in the chat box, I have just typed Bywater Koha demo. Okay, so that is a website where you can able to access the Bywater solutions website, and you can access demo also of the Koha software. You can use the username is Bywater and password is Bywater. There you have all the modules, latest versions of modules of Koha. You can practice it there without installation in your local drive. Okay, so I will unmute again everyone, and then I'll just go on to the next concept. Okay, so along with this, in Unit 5, you have downloading Mark 21 records using EZ39.50 protocol. So that also I will explain now itself in Koha. Um, I'll just share my screen. Okay, I hope the screen is visible to you all. Okay, so EZ39.50 protocol is nothing but it is a type of a protocol which is used to manage and extraction of metadata elements from the external databases. Okay, so for example, if you have a Scopus database, if you have a Web of Science database, how we can able to search for a particular research article and extract the data whatever we want. It is because of use of this EZ39.50 protocol, which is used for search and retrieval of information from a databases. Okay, in Koha also, so here you can find this cataloging module where we are adding the metadata fields of a particular book. Okay. Instead, in Koha, you have a special feature called EZ39.50 protocol where you can able to extract the metadata fields from external server. Okay. So how to use that? First, we need to mention a external website called IRSpy. Okay, so this is a website, IRSpy, where you can able to find some of the external libraries database servers. Okay, so click on this, and here you can find a target. Okay, so I'm going to choose Library of Congress and then search. Okay, so here you can find it shows a list of servers which are available. Okay, so here you can find Library of Congress, Handbook of Latin American Studies, Library of Congress Subject Authority file. Okay, and you need to make some important concentration on this percentage. Okay, this 100% shows that the server is fully accessible. If some servers is 40%, 20%, 50%, which is not having 100%, that means those servers are not fully accessible. Okay, so I'm going to take this Library of Congress, for example. Okay, in this Library of Congress, you need to have certain things like protocol, host, and database name. These four things are essential. Okay, what is the protocol? Okay, and what is the host? And what is the port and database name? Because these data we need to fill in our Koha. Okay, so now I'm going to navigate to our Koha screen. Here I'm going to Koha administration. Okay, here I have additional parameters called Wizard39.50 SRU servers. Okay, so I'm going to click on this. First, we need to establish the connection between our Koha and our Library of Congress database server. Okay, how I'm going to establish the server? I'm going to click this new Wizard39.50 server and server name. What is the server name? It is mentioned there. It is mentioned as Library of Congress. Okay, just copy and paste it here. Library of Congress. And what is the host name? Okay, host name it is mentioned as z39.50.loc.gov. Pasting it here. What is the port? 7090 is the port and database VOYAGER. Instead of typing, you can just copy paste because while typing there might be some mistakes. So the name of the server, host name, port, and the database name. Okay, and I'm going to give save. Okay, so now I have saved the Library of Congress, host name, port, database, everything. Okay, so now we are going to do catalog. How we are going to do catalog? For example, go to this cataloging module, and then here we will go for this new record and click on this default framework. Instead, now we are going to extract the metadata fields from EZ39.50 server, which is an external database server. So for that, we need to go for this new from EZ39.50 SRU. Okay, so here and then we need to select this Library of Congress. This is the server which we added recently. Okay, Library of Congress. I'm going to type some title, introduction, I will type and give search. Okay. So if this title matches with the database of Library of Congress, whatever server we have mentioned, so it will show. So it shows nothing found. So I'm going to search for some other title or internet. Okay, so here you can find for the title internet, it shows these many datas. So these many datas are available in the, so it shows 315 pages of data is available for this keyword title. So I'm going to choose any one book. Okay, so I'm National Library of Wales. I'm going to choose this book. Okay, I'm click import. So when I click on this import, the data will be directly transformed from their server to our Koha. Okay, so here you can find the Library of Congress number, which I have not mentioned. Okay, I'm going to give save. So it shows some predefined data which has to be filled. So I'm choosing the transcribing agency, Delhi University Library. Okay, and 245, the title, which is in some other book. Hmm. Check the mark format whether all the fields are available. 210. Okay, author name is not there. So the title is Introduction to Music. This I will copy and use this file. Just click import. Use save. And then 245. Introduction to Music. The item type is books. Okay, so by this, what we can do, we can able to extract the metadata fields directly from external server to our Koha. Okay, so this is the another way of um, entering the metadata fields into our Koha. So for example, if we have a book which is having very less data, which does not have any author name or title, we don't know the how to retrieve it, then we can use this kind of things. Okay, or when we have a library catalog, library consortium. Okay, in that case also, when we have a union catalog with us, then for this also it will be more useful. So this is the usage of EZ39.50 protocol in Koha. Okay. So next I will start with Greenstone. So Greenstone is nothing but a digital library software or an institutional repository software where you can able to use it for multiple purposes. Okay. There are many digital library software or institutional repository software which are being used. For example, DSpace. Okay. So DSpace is also a widely used institutional repository software. So similarly, Greenstone, which is a free and open free software which you can able to download for free and you can use it. Okay. So the version of Greenstone, what we are using is we are using Greenstone 2.87. You can access Greenstone in greenstone.org website and go to this download. Okay, and if you go down, you can find Greenstone version 2.87. Okay, so this you can download this and you can install. Unlike Koha, this is very easy. You can just download this because this is working in Windows. download this and you can install and you can work. Okay. So before installing this, you need to check whether you have Java installed in your system or not. So for that, what do you need to do? You need to just go to start and type CMD. So when you type CMD, you will get a command prompt screen. Okay. So in this, you need to type Java hyphen version. Okay. So if you type Java hyphen version, this will show whether your system is installed with Java or not. So here it shows Java version 23.02, which was installed in this year, this date. Okay. So this means that Java is already working here. It is installed. Okay. So if Java is not installed, then you can download Java JDK, Java Development Kit. You can go here and download based upon the operating system, whatever you have. You have 32-bit operating system, 64-bit operating system. Okay, you can go for Windows. So you have 64-bit operating system, 32-bit operating system. Okay, based upon the operating system, whatever you have, you can download Java and you can install it. Okay, so after installing Java, so then you can install Greenstone. Then you can type librarian interface. So when you type librarian interface in start, you will get this Greenstone page. Okay. So here Greenstone is nothing but, as I said earlier, it is an institutional repository software or a digital library software. So there are multiple menus in Greenstone: gather, rich, design, create, format. Okay. So first, what we need to do, we need to create a new collection. So I'm going to create a new collection as revision class and give OK. Okay, so here you can find revision class. Okay, most of the students, what mistake they did last year is, without creating this new collection, they will just do all the step and it will not run. Okay, the first basic step is to create a new collection. Go to new and click on this collection, new collection. Then you need to locate some PDF files. Okay, so I'm going to download some PDF files. Research ethics Google Scholar PDF. So I'm going to download some research articles. Okay. So research article has been downloaded. I am taking this research article. Okay. So I'm going to go Greenstone and I have to locate this file first. So this file is available in downloads. So this is the file. So this file I'm going to locate it. So first C and then users, your computer name, and then you have to go to downloads, and the name of the file is RENS or ES RES. So this is the file. Okay, it is in PDF format. Just click the file, drag and drop it here. Okay, what I'm doing is I'm going to click the file, drag and drop it here. Okay. So go to enrich, third option. Here we need to fill the metadata elements. Okay. So here you can find earlier in Koha software, you fill the metadata elements in mark format. Here we are going to fill the metadata formats, metadata fields in Dublin core format, DC. So here you can find dc.title, dc.subject and keyword, dc.editor. So first you open this file. Okay. And we have the author name, we have the title, scientific misconduct and research integrity is the title. So dc.title I'm typing here. Created is nothing but the author. Okay, so there are author, the first author. Okay, here I have only one field. So for creation of another field, just give one enter. So second dc.created will be created. I'm going to give, if there are second authors, no, there is only one author in this article. Okay. If there are two authors, three authors, four authors, then you can just, at the end of the author, you can just give one enter. So another field of author will be created, dc.creator. Subject and keywords. Okay. If you have any subject and keywords for this research article, you can type, or you can just give the title itself. Scientific misconduct, research integrity. Okay, so this is the subject and keywords. This is the keywords I'm mentioning here. Publisher, if you know the publisher of this, it is Springer. Springer is the publisher. And date of publication, if you have the date of publication, you can mention format PDF. Okay, language, English. So these are the fields, mandatory fields, which we need to mention, and then go for design. So here, no need to mention anything for the first step. Second step, I will explain later. Okay, and then build the collection. Okay, once the collection is successful, then you can preview the collection. You need to look after the information what it is given here. So now it shows one document was processed for and one document as included in the collection. Okay, that means we have added only one document in the collection for processing and it has been executed. So now click on this preview collection. If you go on this title, you can find scientific viscosity and research integrity, file names, everything is coming. We have added only one file and that file we can able to get it in the output screen. Okay, now here sometimes you might get one document was considered for processing and zero document was processed and into the collection. That means the file which you have added in your collection is not working. It's not in proper format. That is a mistake. Okay, so you need to look after the information what it is given here. Now, when you look after this screen, okay, titles is same, file name is same. Okay, so I'm going to make some modifications. It does not looks good. Okay, so if I go home, revision class, if I select, it does not looks good. It is very simple. Now I'm going to make some modifications in the user interface screen. So how I'm going to make the modification? So go to this design, search index. Okay, this ex.source I'm going to remove. And in this browsing classifier, I'm going to remove this ex again and add one more. Okay, what is that one more? So now I have removed this file name field. Okay, instead of this file name, I'm going to add search is there, title is there. I'm going to add one more field called author. Okay, if I click on this title, it is showing with the title. Now, if I want to search with the author name, because I have the author name and I'm going to search with author name, that field is not there. So I'm going to create an author name field. So what I'm going to do, so at the bottom, you can find select classifier to add, click on this and go to AZ compact list. Okay, click on this AZ compact list and click this add classifier. And then you can choose dc.creator. dc.creator, dc.creator Dublin Co. Okay, dc.creator and give OK. So now AZ compact list metadata dc.creator. Okay. I'm going to, okay, dc.creator, button name, author. dc.creator, button name as author, give OK. Okay, so now what I did, I created AZ compact list, metadata dc.creator to button name author. Button name author is nothing but what is the text, it should be visible there in the output screen. Okay, so now I'm going to build the collection. Okay, and I'm going to preview the collection again. So if I preview the collection now, here you can find the difference. Earlier it was titles and file names. Now file name has been removed. Instead of that, there is a field called author. So when I click on this author, it shows the result with respect to the author. Okay, David B. Resnick is the author name. So here, if I click on this title, it shows. If I click on this author, it shows. Okay, so now I'm going to add one more field called keywords. Okay, because we have given multiple keywords, 3 keywords. Okay, so I'm going to add one more field called keywords. So what is the thing? Go for design, browsing classifier, AZ compact list, add classifier. Here I'm going to choose DC subject and keywords. Okay, so I'm choosing DC subject and keywords, button name as keywords. So this button name is nothing but the text which will be visible in the output screen. I'm giving OK. Okay, so now I have matched DC subject and keyword to the button name keywords. Now I'm going to create build the collection. And then once the collection has been built and it has been processed successfully, then I'm going to give the preview collection. Okay, so now it has been built successfully. I'm giving this preview collection. Here you can find it is with title, author, and keywords. Earlier, there was only author. Now keywords came. So when I click on these keywords, here you can find the keywords which we have given in the Greenstone server. Okay, so here we gave this keywords. Okay, scientific, misconduct, research integrity. So those keywords are available here. When you click on this also, that page will be navigated to the research article exactly. So, okay, so in misconduct, this article is there. So like this, you can able to make some modifications in the user interface screen. So along with these modifications, you can also make some formatting options. Okay, what are the formatting options? You can able to give some description. Okay, so what is the description you can give? Okay, so what is the description you can give? Collection description. So I'm going to describe about the collection. So you can make that in HTML code. Okay. So this HTML code is nothing but it creates a table. Okay. So it creates a table with border 0, cell spacing, cell padding 9, and width of 90%. Table row. In table data, I'm going to add some content and table data and slash table. Okay. So the same thing I copy paste and I'm going to add some content in between. This collection is about digital library of research articles. Okay, so I have mentioned something and copyright of soul due. I have mentioned some content here. Okay, so after making this content, if you go to this preview collection, so here you can find the changes. This collection is about digital library of research article, copyright of DU. Okay, earlier we don't have any earlier okay, since it is updated, earlier we don't have any description. Now we have this description. Okay, and if we want to make some more modification, okay, we can make in the format of cascading style sheets. Okay, so then go to this collection specific macros. Okay, in collection specific macros we have this style sheet. Okay, so this collection specific macros is nothing but it is removing the margin left by 5%. Here you can find, okay, here you can find there is a noise. Okay, this is nothing but the noise in the output screen in the user interface. Now I'm going to remove this noise and make some modifications in the screen. Okay, so how we are doing? We are doing with the help of HTML CSS script. So in body, with the help of margin left 5%. So it moves the margin to left 5% and it changes to color blue, font family Arial and font size large. Okay, now it changes to blue and font family Arial and font size large. Background image as none. So whatever image in the background will be removed. Okay, so now I'm going to copy this code and need to paste it in Greenstone. Okay, below text slash CSS. That is what it is mentioned here. Okay. So these codes, everything I have already circulated in your practical classes during our PCP class. Okay. So the same thing I'm mentioning it here. Okay. And then I'm going to preview the collection. So now you can find the difference. Earlier, there was a noise in the left side. Now there is no noise. And you can find the changes in the text size, text color, and background color. So whatever changes in the background will be removed. Text color has been changed and the size has also been changed. Okay, so this now looks a little bit good than the earlier one. Okay, so similarly, by using some cascading style sheet and using HTML programs, you can able to make changes in your user interface screen. Okay, next thing what you can do, you can able to add some home page images. Okay, so here you can find in format in general, URL to about page image, URL to home page image. So you can add some images here. So I'll just download some image, digital library logo. I'll just download this logo. Save image. Okay, so I will this DL logo. I will save this. So I'm going to homepage on choose. So we need to navigate to the location. So it is in C downloads here DL logo. Okay. So I'm going to open this and then I have chosen. Okay. So about page it is mentioned. So I'm going to give preview. So here you can find the logo, digital library. So if you have School of Open Learning, so if you're going to create for your own institution library, okay, organization library, then the content can be here and the logo can be mentioned here, digital library logo. So if you go to home, again, you can make a logo here also. Okay, a big logo here for the entire collection. And when you click on this, your logo will be displayed here. About page and home page. Home page and about page, you can mention the logos here. Okay. Is it clear? Greenstone? I'll just unmute. Okay, if you have any doubt in Greenstone, you can unmute yourself and you can ask. Greenstone is clear?
Yes, sir.
हेलो सर
Yes,
कैन
sir.
यू रिपीट दैट लास्ट वाला स्टेप जहाँ पे
Repeat the
सर लास्ट स्टेप जहाँ पे हमने वो
Last
इमेज
step.
वगैरह
Last
लगाई ना
step, sir. Last steps.
सर लास्ट स्टेप जहाँ पे हमने एचटीएमएल कोडिंग के लिए लेफ्ट मार्जिन सेट किया है फोटो
okay,
फोटो
okay. See, here first thing is we are going to make some collection description. Okay, collection description, how we can make, we are going, so here I have, here you can find, okay, if I move everything, it will just go.
सर आपकी
Okay.
स्क्रीन विजिबल नहीं है
सर शीट
हाँ,
नहीं दिख रही सर
yeah, sorry. Okay, now it is visible.
यस सर
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is the homepage of your Greenstone, where you can find before earlier there was no about this collection. Okay, there was no content about this collection. Only these things were at the top. Now we are going to add some collection description. Okay, collection description is nothing but, for example, you might have different digital libraries. For example, one digital library account for your research articles, one digital library account for your thesis and dissertation, one research digital library account for your newspaper clippings. Okay, so all these things you can have. So you can have certain collection description for individual digital library collections. So that is what we are going to mention here. So how to mention this collection description is nothing but in format option, in collection description, we have I have these codes I have already given. Okay, this code is nothing but a HTML code where, okay, so this code is nothing but it is creation of a table. Okay, in HTML markup language, this table for each opening tag, we have a closing tag, and table border is 0. That means the table border will not be visible. Cell spacing, the space between the cells, cell padding, the cells from front row and the second row, and the width of 90%. Okay, what is the width of the table? So inside this table row, and we have to mention this table data. Table data is nothing but the content. Okay, so the entire code I have copied and pasted it here, and I have changed the content. Okay, this content I have made, and when you preview the collection, you can able to view in the about the collection. Okay, this is first. Second, we are going to make some user interface design. Okay, this is also user interface design also, but the entire thing I'm going to change. So for example, if I remove this and preview the collection, okay, here you can find there is a noise in the left side, and there are some the user interface does not looks good. Okay, the user interface does not looks good. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to make some modification. So, what is the modification? I'm going to make some style changes. So that style changes you can make using a cascading style sheet. Okay, I'm going to in the body, the content that is, I'm going to move the left margin by 5%, margin left by 5%. So when I move by left by 5%, this noise will be removed. Okay, this image will be removed, and I'm going to change the color to blue, font family as Arial, font size as large. Now I'm going to change the font color to blue and the type of the font to Arial and little bit larger. And background image, I'm removing all the background image, whatever is available at the back. Okay, so just copy this and I'm going to paste it in collection specific format, collection specific macros below this CSS. Give one enter and paste. Okay, so after pasting here, you can find this is the style sheet. Okay, this is called as in-text style, style sheet creation. Okay, so after this, I'm just going to give preview collection. So when I give preview collection, here you can find the left margin has been moved by 5%, the noise has been removed, and the content has been changed to blue, font style has been changed, and the size has been increased. Okay, is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Excuse me, sir. Sir, these HTML codes will given or we write to own.
No, you should write.
Okay, sir.
See, it is only 2 line of code, right? Already you know HTML programming with this table row and table data. Only this cascading style sheet you need to remember.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So the next what I'll be teaching you is the HTML. Okay. So next is HTML. So as I already explained in our PCP classes, HTML is nothing but hypertext transfer. Sorry, hypertext markup languages. Okay. I'm just confusing with the PGDLAN class. Hypertext markup languages. Okay. So this HTML programming is a part of a markup languages. For first, the markup language started with standard generalized markup language, and then it moved to HTML, and then it later moved to XML. And XML is the latest technological markup languages with the application of cascading style sheets. Okay. So now we will be seeing about the HTML markup languages, the basic HTML markup languages tags and its applications. Okay. So the first tag, what we'll be seeing is head and body tag. Okay. So basically this HTML tag should have an exclamation doc type HTML, which is a definition tag, document definition tag, which defines the type of document. Okay. Then we have this HTML and then slash HTML. Okay. So the tags in HTML, you have paired tags and unpaired tags. Okay. Just I will connect this. Okay, so basically in HTML you have two types of tag. One is a paired tag and another one is a unpaired tags. Okay, so paired tags are nothing but which has a opening tag HTML and a closing tag slash HTML. So opening tag will be without this slash and closing tag will be with this backslash. Okay. Okay, so that is called as a paired tag and unpaired tags. For example, break tag. Okay, break tag is a tag in HTML where BR is nothing but break tag where slash BR is not required. Only BR is required. That means this type of tag is called as an unpaired tags. So the tags which has an opening tag and a closing tag is called as a paired tag, and a tag which is having only the opening tag but does not have a closing tag is called as an unpaired tags. Okay. So similarly, for each opening tag, we have a closing tag. Head, we have opening tag and a closing tag. Body, we have an opening body and a closing body. For HTML, we have open HTML and a close HTML. Okay, so this is a simple HTML code. Okay, in title, we mentioned my first web page, and in head, this body, this is the my first web page creator. Okay, in okay, so here in this HTML program, so I write here HTML, okay, head, and then title. I write the title here, and then slash title, and then body. I write the content, and then slash body, and then slash HTML. Okay, so all the command, all the code, whatever you are going to write should be saved with the file .html. Okay, so .html only will recognize, the computer will recognize this as an HTML file and it will assign a web browser. Okay, so web browsers are nothing but Mozilla Firefox, Google Chrome, Safari, Edge, those are called as web browser. So then only the operating system, your computer operating system will assign a web browser to run this file. So whatever file, whatever command or code you are going to write, you should write and you should save it in .html. Okay, and this is also one of the major mistake what last year students was doing their practical examination. They will write all the code, but they won't save this file in the format of .html, and they will say, sir, this is not working, this is not working. Okay, this is the major important aspect. You have to save the file in the name of .html, then only the file will recognize as HTML documents. Okay, so this is the first file. So second file is the same file. Here we are going to deal with some heading tags. So heading tags, we have H1 to H6. So H1 and the content, H2 content, H3 content. Similarly, H1 to H6, being H1 is the largest tag. Okay, here you can find I have mentioned H1 in capital form and H2 in smaller form. Okay, that means in HTML, okay, in HTML, if I write HTML, which is equal to HTML, which means if I write in small case or if I write in capital case, both are equal. Okay, that means HTML markup language is non-case sensitive. Okay, non-case sensitive means we can write in small case as well as we can write in capital case also. Okay, so these are the heading tags from H1 to H6. Next. Next is the same tags with the help of paragraph tags. Okay, so here we have mentioned the paragraph tags. So paragraph tags will be mentioned with the tag called P, angle brackets P. Okay, so P and then slash P. Okay, here I have mentioned this is a practical change for students of School of Open Learning. This is an example of a paragraph tag. Okay, and then in paragraph tag, we have another one tag called the break tag, which I already mentioned. Okay, so what is the difference between a normal paragraph tag and a break tag is, here you can find there are two lines of code. One is up to this and second line is from here. Okay, there are two sentences, two lines. Okay, but here you can find, I have mentioned the first line here and then given a break and then the second line. This means there is a break between the first line and the second line. So if I'm going to run this code, here you can find the difference. The first line followed by the second line. But here you can find the first line and then there is a break. Break means it gives a break. It indicates that the next line should start from a next paragraph or next line, next fresh line. Okay, so that is the difference between having a break tag. If you mention a break tag, it will start on the next line. So as I mentioned earlier, the unpaired tags, BR is also an unpaired tags where it does not have a slash BR. It is not required to mention slash BR at the end. Only BR is essential. Okay. Okay. Next, we are going to make some formatting options, style formatting. Okay. How we are going to make the style formatting? Here, this is called as the attributes. Okay. So what is this attributes is nothing but okay. These attributes are nothing but, for example, if I write a code, okay, if I write a code HTML, and then if I write do anyone know how to make it as a pencil or pen? Why this kind of changes are being there?
Sir, you can change that brush.
Which one?
Sir, brush
No, if
nearby.
I select brush, no, it is not. Pen should work. I don't know why it is not coming in a proper manner. Pencil or pen. Okay. See, so now I'm going to write a normal HTML code. Okay. So this code is HTML and then head and then I write body. Okay. So and then I write a paragraph tag and the content and then slash p and then slash body slash head and then slash HTML. Okay. This is a normal HTML code. Okay. So this normal HTML code, now I'm going to change it. How I'm going to change it is I'm going to write HTML and then head. Okay. And then body and then paragraph tag. In paragraph tag, instead of giving the content, I'm going to give the formatting option here itself. How I'm going to give the formatting option is P. Okay, so you mention the content and slash P. So here what I'm going to do, I'm going to give the formatting option. So how I'm going to give the formatting option is style equal to double quotes. I'm going to give property colon value semicolon. So this is called as the attributes. Okay. So for one tag, you can have n number of attributes can be mentioned. Okay. N number of attributes is nothing but another property you can have and then value you can mention. Okay. Yes. Those who raised hand, you can just unmute yourself and you can ask the doubts.
Sir, can you just discuss the question paper, previous year question paper afterwards?
So that will be at the last.
Okay, sir.
Whatever doubts you have in whatever I'm teaching, you can just ask. Question papers, other things can be asked at the last of the session. Okay, so this is nothing but property colon value. So this is called as the inline CSS. Okay, it is called as inline CSS, cascading style sheet, or it is called as the attributes. We are mentioning some attributes within the tag. It is called as this thing. Okay, so here also you can able to find style equal to within double quotes color colon red. So color colon red is nothing but color is the value. Sorry, color is the property and red is the value. So I'm mentioning it here. P style, okay, equal to double quotes color colon red. Okay, so color colon red is nothing but this is the property and this is the value. Okay, property and value. So this is the property colon value. Property colon value. And second, you can mention size equal to 30 pixel. So this also you can mention and semicolon. So in one tag, you can mention n number of attributes. Okay. Here you can find color colon red, font hyphen size colon 30 pixel. So this is the property and this is the value. Okay. So this is how we are mentioning the formatting option inside a particular tag. Okay. So I'm going to open this. So here you can find the first line without the break tag, second line with break tag, and the third para with break tag, as well as the formatting option. Here we have changed the size to 30 pixel. Okay, here you can find color red, font size 30 pixel. The same thing has been done here. Okay, color red, color is red, font size as 30 pixel. You can find the difference in pixel. That is the difference in sizes of the text. Okay. Next. Okay, this is nothing but having some more formatting tags. Okay, formatting tags called B. B is nothing but bold, I for italics, mark for highlighting. Okay, highlighting is nothing but, so I'm doing highlighting here for which shows the text more visible. Okay, like highlighting you can mention. So I'm highlighting the text. So like that it is, this mark tag is used to highlight the text. Okay, and then we have superscript, subscript. Okay, superscript, subscript is where we use for mathematical equations, chemical equations. Okay, 2x square, CH3O2, H2O. So all these purpose we use this subscript and superscript. So this content will come between the subscript and for superscript SUP. Okay, and here one more formatting called del, which is we can see in e-commerce websites where they will say today's offer. They will strike out the price and they will say 30% discount, 20% discount. So like this, we can able to mention in del. Del, if you put it, this rupees 30 will be striked off and this content will be available there. Okay, so I will show the output screen of this. Okay, so here you can find bold, italics, and mark. This is for mark. HTML elements, it is highlighting mark. And this is for subscript and superscript. Okay, this is for del tag where it is striked off and the remaining content is available. Okay, so this is the formatting tags. So next is link. Okay. So link is nothing but okay. So in HTML, there are two type of link. One is internal, another one is external. Okay. Internal and external is nothing but, for example, all of you might have visited the School of Open Learning website. Okay. Where you can find the online classes schedule, SLMs, online ESLMs, everything will be available. So there is a link called CBCS, online lectures, okay, timetables, schedule, about us, contact us. So what you're going to do when you're going to about us page and when you're going to Department of LIS, faculty profile, everything, you are navigating within the School of Open Learning website itself. Okay, that is called as an internal link. Okay, that is within the directory, within the domain itself, you are going to hyperlink. That is called as an internal link. External link are nothing but in same School of Open Learning website, at the home page, you can find internal assessment queries, internal assessment doubts, how to attend internal assessment. Many YouTube videos are available. So when you click on those YouTube videos, it navigates you to the so whenever you click on this YouTube videos, it navigates you to the external website called as www.youtube.com. Okay, so this is an example of an external website. So internal link is nothing but which is navigating within the domain, within the folder. External link is nothing but from a particular website or a web page, it is navigating to a external web page. That is an external link. Okay, so how do we give this internal link and external link? So this internal link can be given with the help of anchor tag. Okay, so anchor tag is angle bracket A. So within A, we need to mention the link href. This href is nothing but the hyperlink. Okay, so this href is the hyperlink. So how we should write anchor tag? This is the anchor tag and slash A is the anchor tag. Okay, this is anchor tag. So within this anchor tag only, we are going to mention the link. How we mention the link? Open the anchor tag and then we are mentioning href. So this href is nothing but hyperlink reference. Okay, it is called as hyperlink reference. Ahref equal to double quotes. So in double quotes, we need to mention the path of the file and then close the angle bracket, the content, and then slash A. Okay. So what is this path of the file? What path file we have to mention? We need to mention the URL. Okay. URL is nothing but the 5.html or 6.html. This 5.html is nothing but the previous file. Whatever file you created previously, that name of the file you to mention. That is internal link. Okay. In external link, so in external link, the same thing. Okay. In external link, the same thing. Anchor tag, okay, slash A. So this anchor tag I'm going to redefine as A href equal to double quotes http :/www.google.com double quotes, close the angle bracket, and some content I'm writing, click to go to google.com and then slash A. Okay, so it is mentioned here ahref, the URL of the web page, content, and then slash A. Okay, so this is an example of an internal link, and this is an example of an external link. Okay. So if I run this command, so here you can find go to file.html. So if I click on file.html, it opens my previous web page. And if I go to Google, it is going to www.google.com. Okay, so this is an example of internal link and an external link. Next is how to import a image. Okay, so image also having a separate tag called img. Img is a tag for image. Okay, so image tag, how to mention the image tag? So img is the image tag. Okay, so image tag you have, and then img src. So this src is nothing but the source. What is the source file? Okay, source file. What is the source file? Here you can find within double quotes images slash the name of the file. Okay, so this image is nothing but the folder name, and this is the file name. Okay, and then I'm giving the attributes within this. Okay, because the file whatever we are going to have will be of different sizes. Okay, we don't know what is the size. So, and then the file name, and then style equal to width and height. So what should be the width and what should be the height we should mention. Okay, so that is what mentioned here. Images slash web-dv.png. This is the name of the file. This is the folder name, and the attributes style equal to within double quotes property colon value. Okay, this we learned earlier. Property colon value. Property is width colon the value 100 pixel. Height should be of 100 pixel. Okay, this is what is mentioned here. So here you can find the image. The image is available in the images folder. Okay, here you can find a special aspect that I have mentioned .png. So this .png is nothing but the file extension. Okay, so here you can find .png. So this is called as a file format, which is most essential in exporting the images from a different folder. Okay, because if you change this .png to .jpg, that file will not work. That image will not be extracted. So along with the file name, the file extension is more important. If you don't have this file extension, you can right click this and go to properties. There you can find the type of file .png. It is mentioned here. Okay, so this .png you should mention in the command so that the correct file will be extracted from the particular folder. So this images is the image folder, and slash web-dev is the file name. .png is the file extension. Okay, so this is done. Forms you don't have, internal tables you don't have. Okay. So up to this HTML is clear.
Yes, sir. Sir, can you send this TXT formats?
I have already shared. Can I share it in the chat?
Yes,
Yes,
sure,
sir.
sir.
Sir, I think you will not be able to send it in the chat because we people don't have the organization level teams.
Yeah. Okay, so you have multiple WhatsApp groups, right? So what I will do, I will share this again with my project students and other students as well, whoever I have contact, and they might also share it with you.
Yes, sure,
So
sir.
I
No
have one
issues, sir.
more question.
What I will do otherwise, I will put this in a Google Drive. Okay, and then I will make it as open, publicly available, open, and then you can able to access it. Please give me a couple of minutes so that I will create a Google Drive and share, keep this course there and make it open.
So can you just do a question from PYQ based on HTML?
Yeah, I will do. See, you all are most concerned about the previous year question papers. Okay. But you should first understand that if you are thorough with the syllabus, then previous year question papers are nothing.
Yes, sir, but we would like to know like how we have to do actually because it has number of question in a single question. So how will direct things here to there?
Yeah. Okay, so now I'm sharing a link in chat. Any of you can able to, all of you can able to access the drive and you can able to download. Any of you please click on the link and check whether it is downloadable, all the files.
Yes, sir. Available, sir.
Okay. I will share the Greenstone PDF also in that, okay?
Okay, sir.
सर एक्सक्यूज मी वन क्वेश्चन सर आपने बोला था ये पीडीएफ लेक्चर खत्म होने के बाद इस क्लास का पीडीएफ
Done. It is
वीडियो
also
दे
done. It
दोगे?
is also done. It is also in the drive. You can access it.
ओके सर, थैंक यू सो मच.
So to access the password, Priyanka asked, Priyanka, the password is by water, which is mentioned there itself in Koha demo. Okay, so you have the previous year question paper. You can whether you can able to share your screen.
Sir, I have a question. I don't want any previous question, but I am just asking for the what type of questions asked by the examiner in the exam. Like, आप अगर होंगे तो आप किस टाइप के क्वेश्चंस देंगे कि हाँ पर्टिकुलर इस ये चीजें पूछी जा सकती हैं, नॉट लाइक ए प्रीवियस क्वेश्चन.
See, whatever is taught will be asked, not more than that. So whatever I have taught you Koha. In Koha, I have taught creation of libraries, creation of patron category. Okay, I'll just type it here. Wait. So,
Sir, just like you ask a particular one question, so in just a single question, what should you ask? कि, मतलब prepare a patron, a circulation, and a library. But
see, Koha is an library management software. Okay. We can't give you direct questions to directly ask the students, create this, create this, create this. Think of you working in a library and you are going to operate that software. Okay. For example, there might be direct questions or there might be indirect questions also. Direct questions means create a library in the name of School of Open Learning and add 5 books into it, add 5 patrons into it. That's the direct question. Indirect questions will be issue 5 books to 5 users. Okay, that is an indirect question. So for issuing 5 books to 5 users, what you have to do? You have to do from the first step. You have to create a library first. You have to create item type. You have to create patron category and then individual users. You have to catalog 5 books and then you have to issue books. Okay. So for doing the 5th step, you need to do all the first 4 steps and then only you can come to the 5th step. Okay. So like this kind of indirect questions also will be there so that you should understand the concept more. Understanding the fundamentals more is more essential in this Koha. I'll just search for some previous year question paper. I think I have few. If there, then I will just take a few of that.
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Good evening.
Sir, thank you so much for the packed class. I would say it was just a one-go lecture. Just one very minor doubt. So, while writing the HTML codes, we can write it normally in the computer notepad and run it, or we have to write it in Word and then we have to run it.
No, you can do it in Notepad itself.
Okay, sir.
You
And
can
then
da-
save it
you
dot
can directly
HTML.
write it. Yeah, you can directly write the code in Notepad and save the file with your name of the file and .html. That's all.
Okay, okay, sir. Sir, also, I mean, would it be possible for you to provide a list of all the paired and unpaired tags? Like, I mean, a list would be great
Yeah.
if it is possible.
Okay. So I'll just come to that question next. So this is the previous year question paper. Okay. I don't know which year, maybe 2025 July. No, last year. I think last year. Okay. So here you can find the first question is create a new library in Koha LMS, provide meaningful data on your own, and then create a budget for that library, screen print the book details. In the above created new library in Koha LMS, create acquisition of 5 new books, screen print the book details. Okay, this is respective to Koha. So what they have asked, first they have asked you to create a library. So for creation of library, you will go to Koha administration, create a new library. Done. Then create a budget for that library. So directly you can go to budget and you can allocate some 5 lakhs, 10 lakhs of budget, create funds you can do. Or you can create from step 2. Step 2 is patron creation, item type creation also you can do. Second question is in the above created new library in Koha LMS, create acquisition of 5 new books. Okay. How do you acquire new books? For acquisition of 5 new books, first you should create item type. Okay, because they have mentioned here books. So item type creation of books is essential. So first you need to create new item type books. Then you have to catalog new books, 5 new books. Okay. So then only the second, please others kindly mute yourself. Sorry. Okay. So acquisition of 5 books, you need to create item type and then you have to catalog 5 new books. This is the second question. Process the given PDF files in Greenstone and publish and screen print the collection. So process the given PDF files. So like the one research article which I have processed, you should also process some of the PDF files which there will be available in your desktop or they will provide you at the time of examination and you need to publish the result. Okay, this is the just Greenstone process. In the above processed PDF files in Greenstone, create collection content with formatting, provide meaningful data. Create collection content. Create collection content is nothing but what? Description of your collection. I have mentioned, this institutional repository contains the research articles. This institutional repository contains newspaper clippings. That is collection content. Publish and screen print the output. So you have to make some modification, user interface design, and you need to screen print and show the output. Okay. Next, design a library website using HTML. Provide an internal link, provide an external link. So internal link and external link, I just explained to you. Internal link is nothing but where you navigate within your directory and external link where you navigate outside the directory. For example, google.com, youtube.com. Okay. And then create content with formatting tags, provide meaningful data. Formatting tags, I see, just mute yourself. Okay. So formatting tags are nothing but bold, italics, underline, mark, okay, subscript, superscript, any few 3 to 4 tags you can just mention in the HTML code and you can just show the output. That's all. Create a formatting tag. Is it okay now? Previous year question papers.
Yes, sir.
Now it is clear.
Yes, sir.
See, don't worry. Okay, the questions will be easy, and whatever is being taught in the class during the PCP class only will be asked. Is it the 10.50 protocols, Koha, Greenstone, and then see, and one more unit is audio video conferencing, which I took in the first two online classes. So audio video conferencing softwares, like Zoom and Google Chat, Google Meet. So those softwares you have to install it and you have to connect with your friends. That is very easy. Okay. Apart from that, Koha, Greenstone, and HTML programming, HTML markup languages, only these things will be there. Okay. Any other doubts or clarification?
सर मैं ये बोल रहा हूँ कि आज की क्लास का वीडियो प्लीज शेयर कर दीजिए प्लीज.
Yeah. It is not with us. I will get the link from the ICT team and I will share it by you by Monday evening. Okay. Because today's it's holiday
sir.
and Monday evening I will try to get it and share it with you.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you.
And those who are having ER in the first semester, I think the link will be enabled by today or tomorrow. Please apply it because the time is very less. We will close the ER link by 5th or 6th. Okay. And then we have to prepare your admit card. Everything will be done. So those who have ER in the first semester, kindly fill the link, which will be enabled. I think you must have all got message, but that link is not working. Okay. There is some technical issue in that. You will get some updated link by today night or tomorrow. Please visit the SOL website regularly. The link will be available there only. Okay. And your internal assessment might start from Monday, I guess. Okay. So please prepare for that also. And prepare well for your exams. If you have any doubts or clarifications, you can come to School of Open Learning, North Campus, room number 227. Myself and Amit sir will be there. So if you have any doubt in this practical paper or in the theory paper, you can just come there and you can clarify your doubts. Okay. So everything is clear as of now?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir,
So
I
then,
have a query. सर एज लाइक कि अगर हमें कोहा के बारे में और ज्यादा मतलब नीड टू नो मोर इन्फॉर्मेशन, सो क्या कौन से सोर्स बेटर रहेंगे सर?
See, if you want to know more, you can just go to youtube.com and rely on only one source, I would suggest. Because if you, at the beginning stage, if you go to many sources, it will be confusing for you. Just choose a channel which is good, which explains more. I would prefer you to go by your local language. Because I understand Koha in my local language, which was more easy for me to understand, either by English or by local language. Just go to it and browse it. Just analyze which channel is good. Look the comments, how the comments has been given, whether it is good or not, how the explanations has been done, length of the video. Length of the video is more important. Okay. If the length is more, the content will be more. If the length is less, the content will be less. Okay. So look the length of the content and comments. Then you will come to a point. I can go with this particular channel and just go through all the videos of the particular channel and then go to the next channel. Don't navigate from one channel to another channel, just bits and bytes. Don't go here and there. It will be more confusing for you. I would suggest you to go to librarian guide. Okay, one channel which I preferred. I'll just show you that. Okay, I'll just share the screen. I hope the screen is visible. This is the librarian guide. Okay, so in this channel, you can find some good videos. Okay, about Koha installation. So here you can find Koha. Entire Koha is being taught here by this professor. So many things apart from Koha also. If you want to understand any concept, you can use this channel. This is the most reliable channel which I use for my preparation. So this you can use, or if you find any other channel which is suitable for you, that also you can use.
Okay, sir.
Okay,
Sir, can
then
you
if it
please,
is,
sir, can you please share the share for the Greenstone also?
I have already shared in the Google Drive. Just check it.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then if it is fine, I will wind up the session for today and prepare well for your exams and
सर
all
वन
the best
सर
for your
वन
exam.
लास्ट क्वेश्चन प्लीज सर वन क्वेश्चन लास्ट क्वेश्चन प्लीज सर ये बताइए कि असाइनमेंट सबमिट करने का लास्ट डेट कब तक है ये जो प्रोजेक्ट वर्क है ये प्रोजेक्ट वर्क कब तक सबमिट करना है
See, as of now, there is no any last date for submission of your dissertation, but try to finish it before your Viva. Okay, I think your date sheets are released and your when is your dissertation Viva?
So it is
It's in
on
the
the
last,
30th.
yeah, last week of May, right?
Right, sir. It's on the 30th, and the other practical is on the 2nd and the 3rd of June.
Yeah, this ICT practical is on 2nd and 3rd. Actually, we were planning it to have in the next week, but due to the late declaration of result, we could not able to conduct the examination. Otherwise, it would be in the next week, maybe four. Yeah, it will be on 6th or 7th, I guess. That was we planned earlier. So because of the late publication of the result, we need to postpone. So that only you might have got the revised date sheet of MLISc. That was not the actual date sheet. So it was postponed to 2nd and 3rd of June. So last week of May is your dissertation Viva. So try to complete it before your Viva. Okay, there is no particular last date. So anyhow, you have to take your Viva for your
सर ये सबमिट कहाँ
Viva,
करना
right?
पड़ेगा ये सबमिट कहाँ करना पड़ेगा कहाँ पे होगा
See, once you're complete, get it approved from your supervisor. And one soft copy, you need to send it to email ID, mliscproject at col.du.ac.in, which is mentioned in the guidelines. And one hard copy, you need to print it out, spiral bind it, get to your supervisor's physical signature, that is ink-based signature, and take it at the time of Viva and submit it there.
ओके
Also,
सर
sir, there was something written about it which we have to carry to the Viva. Can you enlighten us more about that?
Which one? Which one?
Sir, there was also written something about a ticket which we have to show at the Viva that we have got the project signed by the
Yeah,
supervisor.
that is the dissertation, right? The dissertation which you
Yeah.
are making, it has to be approved by your supervisor in the certificate page, and you have to print it out. So once you print it out, you will get the signature right. So that you spiral bind it and bring it at the time of Viva.
Okay, sir. Okay.
See, actually, you are supposed to make 3 copies, one for your supervisor, one for yourself, and one for the department. So if your supervisor does not require, no need to print. If you don't require, no need to print. But a department copy is essential, compulsory, which you need to get it approved by a supervisor and submit at the time of Viva. Okay.
तो सर हमें 3 कॉपी जमा करनी पड़ेगी एक सुपरवाइजर के पास एक अपने पास जब पेपर होगा तब लेके जाना एक डिपार्टमेंट को जमा करना पड़ेगा
See, 3 copies are desirable, 2 is desirable, and 1 is essential. 1 is compulsory. If your supervisor says, I don't want any hard copy, send it in me soft copy, send it as soft copy. If you require that I have put lot of effort for this 1 year and I need a dissertation copy with me, then keep it with you. One more copy, you print it out. But 1 copy compulsory at the time of Viva. Okay. Clear?
Yes, sir. सर जो ये एग्जामिनेशन फॉर्म का लिंक आया है आज मैसेज में एसएमएस में तो
See,
ये
that,
सर
that
हमारे
link,
लिए
I
है या
think that,
जिनकी बैक आई है मतलब
listen, that what I said earlier, the link which you have got might be not working now because I think they have not updated the data. Okay. So you can wait for one more day. The link will be available in SOL website homepage itself. For current students, not required to fill any form. Only for ER students, you have to fill the form and pay the fees. For current students, your paper will be automatically will be there for your admit card. Okay, only for ER students who failed in first semester this year and last 2 years. from 2022 onwards
Okay.
who have failed or absent, they need to fill the form, and for them, they have to pay the fees. For current students, you have already paid the fees during your admission itself, no need to pay now.
Okay, sir.
Okay, and
Okay, sir.
anything
Thank you.
problem you face during your internal assessment, please visit SOL. Okay, and they have set up some centers, West Campus also, and in North Campus, some grievance cell they have set up. So visit them and clear your internal assessment, because myself and Amit sir, we don't have any access to internal assessment. Okay, we just know you and the pattern. But other than that, we can't. If you
So
face
by
any
when we
technical issues and if you face any login issues, we can't able to clear. So whatever internal assessment issues you face, visit SOL North Campus and clear your doubts there. Okay. So if it is fine, then I'll wind up the
Okay, sir.
session.
Okay,
sir,
sir.
Thank you
last
so
question,
much.
when we can
Yeah,
expect our admit cards?
See, just 3 days back, your result came. Result admit card will be available with you before the day of examination. That's what I can assure you now.
So because we need to apply for leave, so that will be bit like.
See, you apply with the date sheet, na?
But like, how can I apply with the for the practical? Do I have in morning shift or evening shift? So that is bit
See,
practical. That's why I'm asking.
mostly girls will come in the first shift, and then boys will come. Okay.
Okay.
You just give a tentative letter to your supervisor or your HR for application of leave, that my theory exams are these dates and my practical will be in one of these 2 dates. Whatever date is there, I will be there for exam, and the other date I will be in the office.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
See, date sheet, student has to fill their examination form first, ER students, and you will get your date sheets maybe by 8th or 9th, not before that, I feel. Okay, so don't delay. You can apply your leave with your date sheet. Okay.
Sir,
See,
is it a
that
final date
practical
sheet?
exam is in 2nd and 3rd of June. So for theory exams, you can apply, and for practical exam, you can apply again only for one day or one shift. You are going to come.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Sir, otherwise, this is the final date sheet, no?
Yeah, this is the final. Revised date sheet was the final.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, then I'll wind up the session. No more questions. Okay. All the best for your examinations.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thanks
sir.
for the time.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Good night.